Good morning, guys. It's fight night. It is fight night, guys. Curtis and I woke up kind of late, so
as we deserve.
Wait, ready?
So it is like 64 in this hotel room right now, and it feels amazing. You look outside. Hold on, focus. There's the guitar. But you look outside, it's like, oh damn, it looks kind of like chilly. Like it does look kind of chilly outside. It's like foggy.
And then it's not going.
And then it's absolutely humid and just gross.
Oh, it's wet. It's literally just wet.
It's bad. Hey, what's up, guys? Just got back from the fight. Crazy night watching Kong Skull Island. It is currently 1:41 a.m. Curtis is going through it right now. I promised y'all a story time, so let's do this. Not gonna lie, the security and just like the overall setup of the fight wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be going into it, because we literally found out like everything about that we needed to know like 2 days prior to the fight. But it was still kind of a mess getting in because we were led into the wrong parking lot that we were supposed to be in. And so as soon as we got in, people started recognizing us through the car. It was me, Blake, Curtis, and Vinny. Vinny Mui got heat. We were all in the car. People started noticing us, and then they were swarming the car, and we were like, well, we want to be able to get in, but we kind of need security because it's just not safe. But like, as much as I want to like interact and all that stuff, at the same time, it's like there's like precautions we have to take. So I was FaceTiming Rafi at the same time. I'm like, look, we're in the car right now, people are around us. How do we prevent this in a sense? And she was like, look, I'm getting your guys' seats sorted right now, like seats sorted as like the fights were going on. They wouldn't let us into the parking lot because it was not the one that we paid for. And we were like, look, parking was $40. And we were like, look, as much as we want to, like, we're not gonna pay $40. Like, we literally just got in and paid for the other one for no reason. So like, can we just get in right here? And they were like, no, sorry. And we were like, look, I don't know who we have to talk to, but like, we're supposed to be in there. Like, I didn't know how to word it, and so we called Rafi, and I was like, Rafi, can you like tell them that we're supposed to be in there? And we finally got it sorted out, and like the guy that runs the event was like, yo, get them, like they need to be in here. And we were like, okay. So we drove in, got in, we get in, go up to the suite and everything. I get everything situated, getting in, like only a few people noticed. I was like trying to keep my head down, because as much as I want to interact, I gotta be somewhere, you know? And then we make our way up, suite's there. It was locked at first, so we were waiting outside in the suite for 5 minutes, and we were like, it's kind of awkward. And then finally get in the suite, close the door, relax, I just wanted to watch the fight, missed like half of it already. First fight that we saw, we got there at the end of the Michael Lee fight. Michael Lee versus FaZe Jarvis. Jarvis got him good. Who was next? Was it Nate versus DDG? DDG just got more experience on Nate. Nate's an athlete, but DDG did outfight him, and that's how it happens. Vinny Hacker versus Deji. What a fight. Y'all were sleeping on Vinny. I know my boy Vinny is an athlete. Like, he's tough and can take a hit. And it's like, surprising he was the only TikToker that won tonight, though. Like, I was not surprising because he won, but I assumed others would win. Vinny was the only TikToker that represented tonight. Respect out to Deji. He's such a good sport. Vinny obviously put on a performance. Taylor versus Gibb. I mean, Taylor's been fighting for a while, like 6 years, and he's got, you can just tell, like walking in, he had the experience on him. For sure. Bless you. Taylor looked so calm, looked comfortable, looked like he like deserving to be out there. He felt very comfortable in the ring, whereas like a lot of the guys tonight did not. And Taylor, he looked very good, looked very professional, like smooth, calm, composed. But my guy Gibb was just throwing shots, and I think at the end of the day, Gibb was just more aggressive. And at the end, like they showed the stats, and it's like he threw more punches. That means he's probably gonna land more. And so I don't know. I just think Taylor didn't have enough time, to be fair. And I mean, they both fought their asses off, and there was no knockout or anything. It came to decision, and it became a draw, which was a bit shocking to a lot of people. The main event, Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom. Funny story about this situation, actually. Okay, so the whole fight, the whole event, I was up in the suite. And then I was like, this is fun and all, and like the environment's dope. And I was like saying what's up to people that were down below. And I was like, this is sick. But at the same time, like, this is my boy, this is my roommate fighting. I gotta be down there for this. Like, and I literally told Curtis, Vinny, Maxwell, like my manager, all of us that were in the suite, I was like, yo, we want, like, let's go down. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. You know the deal. Hat on, mask up. Because if I wouldn't have, like, as much as I want to interact with you guys, I would never get down there, you know? Like, it just sucks. And, like, I really want to, like, literally, if I had hours before the fight, of course I would stand out there and take pics. So we're good. Like they're kind of surrounding me. I'm like in the circle right here. We start making our way out. We didn't have security because this event security was not very good, to be fair. We're walking. We get to like, we're on the suite level, and we get to the point where like you make your way down to the floor level. So we're going down the stairs. Literally, I hear murmurs behind me. They're like, is that Noah? Is that Noah? Like, no, oh my God. And I feel so bad walking down. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I'm literally going like this. I'm like, I love you guys. We get down to the bottom, to the railing, and this guy, like there's just one guy flooding, like he's literally like the dam of like a river or a lake, just like holding and everything. So annoying. This one guy just like abusing his power and was like, you guys can't get down here. And we're like,
literally,
dude, why? Like just let us. Like, and he was like, sorry, I can't let you guys down here. And we're like, why? Like just let us down. And I'm like, in about 5 seconds, you're about to like realize why we should be down there. All of a sudden, people start to see, and like he's like kind of making like a scene, and we're like, dude, just please let us down. All of a sudden, I turn back. Cameras on me, people running down the stairs. We start getting flooded, and then my back's like against the railing, like about to fall over the stairs. And then there was people down below, so I was like, if I fall, it would kind of be like stage diving, honestly, because there's people like down below. And I was like trying to say hi to everyone, but also like figure out why this guy won't let us down, because I'm just trying to get to the floor level to see my boy fight. And this guy was like, no. We had like things around our necks telling us that we could go down there, and this guy was like not letting us down, and we were like, what the heck? We were like, dude, this is only gonna get worse. Let us in. Like I felt bad like being mean, but at the same time I'm like, please let us in. And he like turned back. He's like, I'm gonna get the cops. And I said, please do. Like, get the cops. Like he will help escort us. Like this isn't gonna be like an arresting deal. Like this is me just wanting to go see my roommate fight, and we had like the credentials to do it. And the cops over there like taking pictures, and this guy was like, you see the cop taking pictures right now? And I said, yeah, he probably has a daughter. Like what do you mean like he's taking pictures? Like he's gonna arrest me like for trying to get down here? I was like, look man, please, like just let me go down. Like this is not that deep. Like I'm not gonna do anything. Like obviously I'm causing quite a scene already. And after a while he said, fine, only you. Literally leaves Curtis, Vinny, and Maxwell in the dust. And I'm like, I feel bad going, but at the same time, like the officer was telling me like, come on. And I was like, can they come with? And I mean, Curtis, what happened after?
This guy literally started like they're just watching me like freaking out, and this other guy literally comes up and starts like pushing me, and I'm like, don't touch me, like
don't touch me.
And then he starts like grabbing me and like full on moving me, and then like in between all this, I'm trying to like take pictures at the same time, and I'm like, let me down, and they're like, I'm gonna arrest you. If he's like, as he's like grabbing, moving, he's like, I'm gonna escort you out of the event. And I'm like, no, you won't. Like, shut
no,
up.
you
I
won't.
I was so.
No, what was your liner? To say a liner?
There's something wrong with you. That's what I said. I was literally like, there's something wrong.
He was basically just asking. He was like, find me someone I can talk to.
No, that was earlier. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, y'all can't do anything. I was like, I want to talk to someone that's not getting paid $9
with like authority.
Yeah,
with like authority. Like
I was like, you're great, but like I need someone who can actually help me because you can't. Like I get you're doing your job, but like go get me someone that can help me because you can't. Like
yeah, like
it's so annoying.
Like we totally understand that like they have one
like,
job,
it's their job.
and to like we get that.
Go get us someone that can actually
100%.
help us.
Like we were like, dude, we get that this is your job, but at the same time, like I don't think you get what's going on here. So like, get us someone like from the event that will like vouch for us to let us in. This guy was very thick-headed, like very thick-skulled, so stubborn, and we were just like, all right. So I end up going, and they're like, no, just go. And I said, okay, fine. Like I go down. There's even a bigger mob down the stairs waiting for me. I'm like I love you guys so much. I was like trying to take pictures on the way out, but I was like, I'm trying to just watch the fight. The fight was about to start. Lil Baby was performing, one of my favorite artists right there, and I had to miss that. But the officer's literally getting pushed by fans. I'm like, yo, fans.
I sent another one down to you.
I was like, yo, fans, like guys, maybe don't push the officer. Like I love you guys so much. I will take a picture with you, but like maybe don't touch the officer just for your sake. And then all of a sudden, the officer like grabs me and like kind of like we go out the back and where like fans can't go because there was like a railing, and he was like, look man, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to get to the ring to fight. I said, I have this around my neck. It was this right here. My manager gave me his pass. This literally says Maxwell Mitchell boxer Bryce Hall, and he says I'm a part of his team. That means I was able to go ringside during the fight.
Kong is getting rocked.
Kong is getting messed up right now. We're watching King Kong right now. It doesn't matter. I have this. And he was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I said, I literally go over to someone that works at this stadium, and I said, where does this get me? Like, where can this take me? And he said, oh, that gets you ringside. And And I said, I can be in his corner while he's fighting. He said, yeah, you're a part of his team. I said, amazing. Like, I love you. Gave him a kiss on his forehead, not actually, but like I just wanted to. And I was like, come here. Like, I was like, finally someone that like understands. And then officer's like, all right, let's do this, but let's go through one of these exits. We go around, like the mob is still here, and then we go around like inside the stadium, and then we come out another exit. And then as we go, I'm like holding on the cop like with like this. Mom starts running over. I said, go, go. Like I had to go. And then we finally get into another spot where fans can't go. But I was still getting snapped because I was like in the middle of the like stadium at this point. He got me into where I was supposed to be, or like kind of close to it. But like I still didn't know who was there, so I was literally kind of there for a sec. And then all of a sudden I saw Bradley Martin, baby. And I was like, what a life changer. I go up to him, I literally tap him, I'm like, yo. And I'm like behind a few people, and he's like he's like in the front. Because you know, like no one's gonna be like move, Bradley. Like you're not saying that to Bradley. Bradley will cause physical harm to you. And so I was like, yo, like what's up, like where you at? And like I was on FaceTime with him, and he's like, yo, I'm right up here. I look up, he's right there, and I'm like, yo, grabs my arm, I get yanked, and I'm like, oh my god, like man's freakishly strong. I don't get it, it's ridiculous. And he literally pulls me up. I weigh like 190, and he like curls me up to him on this table that he's standing on in the very front, best seats in the house. I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want to be for Bryce's fight. Like I'm supporting the boy, like I want to be here. I'm with Bradley Martin and Jeff Whittick. We're standing on this table, having a blast, right? Great time. There are some fans in there at the same time. Like I'm like, what's up? Like taking pictures. And then it cools down, and I'm like, okay, perfect. Bryce and Austin walk out, they touch gloves. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm so grateful. And then all of a sudden, two guys from the event, like two guys that say Hard Rock Cafe on their hats, like come up, all big and mighty, and they're like, yo, you guys gotta get off the table. No worries. We get off the table, we flip the table up a little. It's like a plastic table. We flip the table up, and they're like, wait, where are you guys' wristbands? Brad and Jeff, statues, staring forward, didn't say anything. I was a bit naive because I was like, yo, sorry, like I have this. Like this literally gets me in the ring, but I'm like settling for these seats. Like I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm supposed to be in there. So like I'm just right here right now. Like if I can go in there, like that'd be great. Like can you get me there? And like, no, that doesn't get you there. I said, yes it does. One of the guys told me. And like I know where it gets me. Like that's why I took it. No, sorry about that. And I'm like, it's fine. Like you don't have to be sorry, but I'm gonna stay here. And they were like, no, look, you. They were like, no, you gotta go. And I said, my roommate is literally fighting right now. Like this is like around the time of like the end of the first round. I'm like, my roommate is fighting. I'm not going anywhere. I started kind of like ignoring him. I felt rude, but at the same time, like they were being so annoying. And I was like just standing there with Brad and Jeff. They were like, don't say anything to them. I said, okay. One of them tries to touch Brad, and they were like, yo, you guys gotta move. One of them tries touching Brad. Brad slaps his arm, and I was like, yeah, he's not touching Brad again. Never said a word to Brad again. And then Jeff literally turns around, and he's like, yo, can you guys stop? Like, can you guys leave us alone? This kid literally is like one of the reasons this is happening. He has more followers than everyone here, and I was like kind of snapping right now, but I'm like, Jeff, it's fine. And then they walk away for a sec, and Jeff was like, yeah, you like that? And I gave him a fist, and he's like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, okay, that was pretty sick. And I'm like, we should be good, right? They come back with like 3 more people, and they're like, look, you guys gotta go. And we were like, didn't say anything at first, and then also we hear like, officers come here, and I was like, oh my god. Like I literally had an officer escort me in. Like what? Oh my god. And all of a sudden they're like, look, people paid for these seats and you guys are in their way. We're like, okay, we're sorry, we'll crouch down. We literally crouched down. We weren't even sitting down, so like we weren't in anyone's seats. We were literally just sitting there. They're like, oh, so you guys are smartasses, huh? And we were like, oh my god, like we literally just want to watch the fight. Like this is not that big of a deal. Like this literally gets me in there, and I'm out here. Like get me in there then. And they were like, no, you can't do that. I said, why? And they were like, no. They were like, oh, you trying to be smartass? And I'm like, no sir, I'm literally just trying to watch my roommate fight. Like I'm here for him. And they were like, okay, bet. And he was like, I can't wait for the police to come. I said, I can't wait too, because the officers literally come up. 3 of them came up to me, and they're like, Noah, look, like let's just make this easy. Like they literally knew my name. I was like, officers, please, like I'm literally just trying to watch my fight. I just don't want to, like I don't want to leave. Can you get me in there where I'm supposed to be? And they were like, look, we're gonna ask someone that like knows what they're talking about to get you somewhere that you need to be. And I said, I think I should be right here, to be fair. And they were like, look, no, it's not up to us, honestly. Like it's not up. They're being so nice, and they're like, it's not up to us. Like really, it's not our problem. Like, and I was like, then respectfully, if it's not your problem, like can you tell them to like cool it a little? Because I'm just trying to watch. Like fight was going on while this was happening, and then all this happened. And then the officers were like, no, please just make this easy. We'll go talk to someone out there and get you right back if you have to. And I said, okay, fine. Literally, I start walking out. There's like 8 officers around me. One of them puts his arms on my arm like this. I'm like, yo, I'm cooperating. Like, I'm literally not doing anything. Like, I literally look back. I'm like, please don't touch me. And he puts his arm harder. I said, yo, I don't need to be treated like a child. I'm fine. I'm walking. And he was like, okay, fine. Like, walk. And I was like, that was weird. Anyways, people like fans are starting to see, like we're walking through fans and they're like, damn, like free Noah, and I'm like just I literally I was like I never thought I looked like a criminal at this point. Like I was like I'm literally just trying to watch my friend fight. Like I'm a nice guy, like I promise, and I didn't mean to seem like
I'm a nice guy.
no, I felt like a criminal. I'm getting escorted by cops. Like I never thought this, and they're like Noah, and I was like, oh my god. And I literally told the officer, I was like, as soon as we get out of this railing into the place where like fans can be, I said, as soon as we get out, you guys are gonna have a different problem. Like there's gonna be a mob, and this is not gonna be fun for any of us. So I suggest we go back to where I'm supposed to be, or get someone to come talk to us. And they're like, no, it's fine. I said, okay, your funeral. We walk out, fans rush them, fans start pushing the cops. I literally looked at one of the cops that was being like a bit rude, and I was like this is on you. Like I literally just like I'm sorry, but like I literally warned you. I literally was just trying to watch my friend fight. And then this was all happening, and as this was happening, I hear like I'm literally taking pictures, like I'm getting mobbed. Cops weren't doing anything. All I hear is Bryce down. And I look over. Fight's over. Austin wins, Bryce loses. I'm like, are you kidding me? I just wanted to watch the fight and I literally just missed it because I'm dealing with this. Literally, the daughter of the man who owns Live X Live, which is the people that put on this event, comes up to me and was like, no, I'm so sorry, like this has happened. Do you want to get back in? I'm like, look, I really appreciate it, but at the same time, like, I can't get back in. Like, as much as I would like to get back in, the fight's over. There's nothing to get back into. Like, that was the last fight of the night. So that sucked. And I literally was just like, this is annoying. And as I'm getting mobbed, cops are getting pushed around. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I'm in the middle of this arena. Like, no one's even like paying attention to the fight really, like in this area. And then all of a sudden, one girl comes up, gives me her Gucci ring. Yeah, gave me her Gucci ring, and I was like out of like this is all happening. I just see a Gucci ring coming. I look down and I'm like, no, I'm not taking your Gucci ring. And she goes, please, it's my twin ring. I'm like, if it's your twin ring, that's even more of a reason for me not to take it. Like, as much as I love that ring, like, no. And she was like, she literally grabs my hand and puts it on my finger, and I'm like, okay, fine, like, I'll take it. Like, it's pretty nice. I love this ring.
So ugly.
Curtis thinks it's ugly. I love this ring. I think it's dope. And I needed a pinky ring. But anyways, and then one of the cops, like one of the really nice ones, literally looks at me. He's like, okay, Noah, where do you need to go? And I said, honestly, at this point, I'm just trying to get out of here. Like, the fights are over. Where can I go? And he was like, well, that pass also gets you backstage. I'm like, that's crazy. It gets me backstage, but it can't even get me seats next to a ring. But I was like, okay, perfect. I'll go backstage. I go backstage. The fighters that already fought were there. And so I met up with like Vinny. I met up with those boys. And then that was pretty much it. And we kind of just like waited in there for a little. And like I did a little press and I didn't fight. It was kind of funny. And they're like, oh no, can we talk? And I was like, sure. Yeah, so that was pretty much my night. It was kind of crazy. I didn't mean for it to get like that. I wanted to just be there on him for him. That was pretty much my night. I needed to find a way back home because I gave my keys to Vinny. I was like, Vinny got heat, my photographer and videographer. I was like, yo, like while we were getting mobbed, I said, yo, I'm probably not gonna see you guys again tonight. Here's the keys to the car, because they had more people with them. I was by myself. I was like, I'll figure out a way to get home. I ended up going home with Vinny Hacker and his team in their bus because that was the only way home. And then we got back to the Hard Rock Casino, which is where we're staying, and got mobbed again. Took us about 45 minutes to get back to our room, and now it is 2. So I'm pretty sure some people are probably going out right now, like to clubs, but it's not my scene. My girl's back home. Yeah, going to Bahamas, it's gonna be me, her family, and like Chase and some pretty much the same group that went to Bahamas last time. Gonna be fun, good little getaway. I got a busy next few months coming up. Still working, I still have calls that I was taking today. Gonna be super fun, and that's gonna be a whole new vlog, so stay tuned for that one. This should pretty much wrap this vlog up. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. If I don't see you tomorrow, if I don't vlog tomorrow, but